Hey guys, what's up? This is B coming from G&A today. So I just want to show off the newest pistol that I just picked up. I was able to find one of the Kel-Tec CP33s. The CP stands for competition pistol, and the 33 means that the magazine standard for it holds 33 rounds. Today is March 14th, 2019. Just remember today's Pi Day. But I was in my local gun shop and I've been looking for this pistol since SHOT Show. And of course, but I've seen stuff on Gun Broker where people are listing these for like $1,500 or something. The MSRP is $475. My local gun store that had this in stock, they had it listed for $429. So not only did I actually get to see one in person, but it's the cheapest that I've seen. I saw one yesterday listed at $475, but it was gone nearly immediately. And I've seen several on Gun Broker where they list them for $600 that they're gone pretty quick. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the receipt here, and you can see there it was $430 bucks. And then at this place I've earned rewards and got $10 off of that, so really I paid $420 for it. Then of course I didn't have transfer, but I did have to pay sales tax, which is definitely, the sales tax is more than the transfer, but anyways, very, very good price for that. Okay, so to get to the pistol, so there it is. We'll get to that in a second. Comes with two 33 round mags, and I've already loaded one of these. This does not have any load assist, but it does kind of have these slots in here where you can physically reach inside here. And some of them I was kind of pulling the follower down. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I think it's going to mess things up because you can see the way I had this stacked. This one is not stacked right. So I don't know whenever I shoot this if that one is going to, if that one's going to cause problems. I imagine it will, but we'll see. I'm hoping to go out and shoot this later this afternoon. So probably like on my TX22 video, you'll probably see this unboxing video after you actually see the first rounds through it video. But yeah, if you count it, there's 33 rounds in there. Pretty good manual. Got a good breakdown of the parts here. Got my Kel-Tec stickers. Always take my sales receipt and tuck that up underneath there and keep it in the case. So got my PMR 30 here also. See, these mags are just absolutely nearly identical. Some minor differences there. Definitely on the front side of the mag there, you can see some differences there where it's going to feed in, but very similar. Okay, the grip and the trigger guard, and these are all safety checked. There's nothing in either one of these chambers, but the grip on this is exactly the same. I mean, there may be some minor differences, but as I held these up, you can't tell a difference. And in the trigger guard and the trigger, you can see those are exactly the same grip angle. There is no difference in those. In fact, if I covered these up, you wouldn't be able to tell which one is which. Look at it like that, they look exactly the same. On this one you can tell with that rail there, but the grips on these, nearly identical. Although on the PMR there's a little bit of texture. On the PMR there's a tiny little bit of texture on these dimples here. On the CP33 there is no texture whatever. These are completely smooth. Okay, ambidextrous safety. Charging handle is ambidextrous, of course. It's this big long thing here. So the thing about it is that the whole slide obviously doesn't cycle. It's the bolt inside of the upper part here that cycles back and forth. This arm right here does not reciprocate. It's got these fiber optic sights. It's got this orange in the back and green up front. Looks pretty good. That's gonna glow really well. The trigger, I just pulled it. It's just basically the same thing as my PMR. Very nice pull. In fact, let me weigh it real quick. All right, let's see how heavy that trigger is. Right at 3 pounds. Let's try that again. 3 pounds 6. Let's try that one more time. I think that's gonna be close to where it's at. It's right at 3 pounds. Okay, so now there's a tiny bit of take up right there, just a tiny bit, and then there's a tiny bit of creep, but a tiny bit, and it breaks so cleanly right there. And there's the reset, which pretty much lays all the way back out, but it's so short in the first place, it's pretty good reset. Very good trigger. Very, very good trigger. Okay, disassembly could not be easier. So you, of course, always make sure there's no rounds in the chamber. The slide doesn't have to be locked back or anything. You just have to push this pin out. So I just would use the base plate here, this polymer piece. Start that pin to push out. On this side, we're just gonna pull the pin out, and then from there, the upper slides apart from the lower. And then you can see the hammer right here. Hammer fired for sure. Slide this back, and then the bolt assembly comes out. Okay, then the operating handle just pulls out like that. And I'm not going to take the rest of this apart because that gets you down to where you need good enough to run a rod through there, anything to clean the barrel. So then you can just set the bolt assembly inside the operating handle and then slide this in. There's, on the back side of the slide here, you can see where the operating handle goes. It goes into that lowest slot there, and then the bolt is going to slide into this other one. Just like that. Just take the pistol grip, slide it back on. Like that. It's going to take me a while to get all this figured out. But then that way it catches back here. It needs to catch in there and in there. Make sure that's pushed all the way. And then just push the pin back in. And we're good to go. And to disassemble this, the safety has to be engaged. And the good thing is that this comes threaded as standard 1/2 by 28. It's not some weird threading where you've got to get an adapter to go to 1/2 by 28. It's already ready for that so that you can direct thread 22 can right on there and be ready to work. Okay, the lower here is all polymer. The trigger's polymer, I believe. The whole upper is made out of aluminum. The sight bases here, they're all aluminum, I believe, some type of metal, some type of alloy or something. Got your M-lock slots here for putting different attachments on there. And you've got all this Picatinny rail across the top here. The magazines are definitely not drop free. You're gonna really have to rip those out of there. Safety switches on and off pretty easy. Slide stop is right here, and it's only on the left-hand side. Pull back. This charging handle piece right here is definitely polymer, and it does have empty mags in there. Definitely has last round hold open. Definitely a cool looking gun. It's definitely big. Okay, so to compare its size, here's a Smith & Wesson MP22 compact. Yes, tiny compared to that. Here's the new Taurus TX22, the 16 round one I've been doing a lot of videos over. You can see it is definitely way bigger than the TX22. A little bit longer in the grip, longer for sure here and longer on the front. Compared to a Glock 17, you can see that the slide's a little bit longer whenever I kind of put the grips back here, a lot longer back here, and the grip is a little bit longer on the CP33. All right, so like I said, I hope I'm gonna be getting out here pretty soon, go do some shooting with this and see what's going on with it. Be coming from G today. Thanks for watching.